5th of September, Rabbi Furst, Mishna Berura.
Back, left, up.
Right.
Okay. God, halacha, vio he atzmo hananua. The back and forth is the waving. Ki molech umevi gimel pamim l'chol ruach. The waving back and forth 3 times in each direction.
Right.
Umatan rosh halulav l'chol tzad, and to direct or stick out the
Like
the
you
head
point, you point the head of the lulav in all directions.
in all directions. So you're going to wave the connect to it. Kushe minanel lamata hofen lamata umakri derek kedulaso. And when you're waving it on the bottom down, you kind of shake it down as opposed to, so it's standing. It's the way it grows. You don't turn the lulav upside down.
Right. That's important, right?
Hoel mechazik otan yodo derek kedulaso. Since you're straightening yourself to hold it in the way it grows.
Yeah. Because you hold the yado, you hold it in your hand the way it grows, right? So that's the way you shake it. You shake it in the same way, not to turn it upside down.
Okay, yesh v'daktik shelo lahafa chalulav mishnanenem lamata. Those are very careful not to turn over the lulav when they're shaking it down. The haminhag kisfar rishona v'chein nearly ikar. The minhag is do it the first way, and that seems to me the correct. Now, okay, so what is he saying? What I did not catch what he said. What were the 2 things he was talking about? Is he talking?
So there were 2. There was the Minik Kaswara Rishona. That could be a reference to the Mechaber, right? That again, the Mechaber says, and you who Molech maybe connected Olech Nena Sham. He brings it in and out, and he shakes it there 3 times when it's going out and 3 times when it's coming back in. Right now, you shake the lulav, and so its leaves are moving in all each time you shake it. And afterwards, you point your hands to another side, and then you do the same thing over and over in each direction from the 4 directions, and then above and below. Now, the second opinion, which is brought down here in the Ramah, is maybe atzmo and then the actual going out and bringing it back is the actual shaking of the lulav, not like the mechaber. The mechaber says you move it in and out 3 times, and you're also shaking it as you're moving it in and out. This second opinion here is that you simply moving it in and out is the actual considered to be the shaking. You don't have to shake the leaves specifically, right?
Okay.
And that, I think, is what the Svara Rishonim. I mean, the Svara Rishonim is, I think, the Mechaber. We'll see when we get to the Mishnah Berura. He should be clarifying.
Okay. Mishnah Berura. Okay. Shamoch Yado v'chulu v'nena sham, and you wave it there. Gimel pamim beholicha. Ratzalomar holacha oser pam achas avalunana be'ez holacha oser gimel pamim. I guess you move it out once, you shake it 3 times. Is what he's saying. V'kein v'hova kishe mevi halulav etzlo osa gimel gamkein hanunuan v'gam gimel palmim v'ayin lekaman be'agah. So when you bring it back in, you bring it in once and you shake it 3 times. Okay. Miskaskes ha'ilon. What's the one? Kaskos. Ma'at.
It's to shake it,
To shake it a little bit.
Like
Yeah,
there's the waving and there's the shaking. The waving is like going in and out, 3 times or not going in and out. That's the waving, and the shaking is the when you give the lulav a shake.
Okay. V'anunuim b'chach ad sheke ma'at shehalulav nishbar.
So there's
Al yedei who toes.
some shake the lulav so wildly that it'll break. That's a mistake. You have to shake it wildly.
Gotcha.
Make it all over the place and send it off flying.
Okay. The halacha heavy, the going out and coming back. The gaholek al hamachaber. They're going to argues on the mechaber. The daito the tzarich laholek ulahavi gimel pamim. And he says you have to bring it in and out 3 times. Kamo shekasav lekamei, as he writes above. V'hod deksiv he atzmo hananuan ein rotzalomer shal ein tzarich nanua klal. Yes, the Gemara doesn't hold that you don't have to wave it because there's no need for waving at all. The Kosav Le'el B'Hagar writes above in the Ramah, Miskaskes Ha'ilon B'Chol Nanun, you shake the lulav is part of each of the wavings. Or what's Shol Yaseh Hananuim Be'es She Yigmor HaHolech L'Mov. You don't wave it at the time you finish the movements in and out. But you're waving it as you're moving in and out, you're waving it. Gufa. And you shake it as we explained above. Okay. Since you are straightening it in your hands.
You're holding it in your hands. See, so beyond. You're holding it in.
Okay.
What's
Hoel shehanatila shenato otam mitzchila biyado hayadera kudulaso. When you first hold the lulav and esrog, you're holding it the way it grows. Shuvein makpidin alanunuan sheyudera kudulaso. That we're not makpid to wave them in the way that they grow. Achein hamidaktikin machmiran shalo lahaf. Therefore, since you picked it up the way it was growing at the time of the mitzvah, we don't worry about it at the time of the nanun. But those who are midaktik about it are machmir, that they don't turn it upside down.
Right.
Mishum chashashi shalo kedera kedulaso, because they're afraid that there might be a problem if they do it not shalo kedera, not the way it grows.
Right. There's nothing to worry about because you're picking it up, you're holding it in your hand, right, the right side up, the way it grows. So even if you turn it upside down, right, and put the head of the lulav down, pointing to the ground, you're still holding it in the way it grows. You're
still holding the base. You're still holding the base.
You're really holding it in the way it grows. So you're okay. But the medaktikim, they don't want to do that. They want to both hold it in their hand the way it grows and also hold it upright, that it should be held upright, even the way it grows, even in that aspect as well. Those are the medaktikim.
It's not similar to all the other wavings. It's only down to the sides, below mehefach, and not upside down. Not so if it's over, not below mehefach mamish. You don't turn it over completely. Masha'en came bizeh im yahafech ye rosha lamata. If you turn it over, the head would be to the bottom. The sofa will be yard in the end of his hands. V'alkein lo yahafchu. You don't turn it over. Yehafachnu.
Don't reverse it.
Yehafachnu.
Right, don't reverse it.
We don't reverse it. Ela yishpol halulav lamata achar ha'aliyah. You shake the lulav down after you've done it up. Hala 3 times. You took it up 3 times.
Good. Okay.
Okay. The cane nearly ikon. This appears to be the proper way to do it. V'ataz kosav the yoter tov shelo yehafachnu. The Taz says it's better that we don't turn it over. The bezeh yotze yedei hakol. That's what we're doing everything. Even hafachnu yefachnu.
Turning it upside down, you'll be yotzi according to everybody.
Right. If you turn upside down, yishlachu shema oto dea ikar. If you turn upside down, people go, oh, that might be the proper way to do it. Jane zedera could do lasso, because that's not the way it grows. The kol kach, the kmo kosav. Derech Chaim and V'chai Adam Shekain Hu Nachon, that this is correct to not turn it upside down. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah. That's that you should do it so you don't have to be choshish that you might be not yotzi according to everybody. Right? So not reverse. Right. Okay, Mem Zayin.
No, it's next. It's Yud. That's Yud.
Okay, let's see Yud then.
Yikuf derech Yamin bin Anuin Mizrach Darim Marav V'Tzafon. And you move to the right when you're doing the waving. You do the east, the south, the west, and the north. Okay. Right. You're facing the arc. Okay, very good. So it sounds like he really wants to say that you start your waving facing the arc, and then moving around. So here where we might in Eretz Yisrael, where you might not be necessarily be facing east, you would start with a different direction. Is that correct?
Right. In general, that's always going to be dependent where you are situated. But in general, you'll be facing the same direction as the Ar and the Kodesh, and as the way usually done in Shmon Esrei.
Okay.
So yeah, this will vary from place to place.
Okay. Yaakov derech Yamin ben Anuim Mizrach v'Dor Mechulu v'chein ha'atik goes hey ches again.
That's the Kein Atik, the Derech HaChaim.
Derech HaChaim, the Chai Adam, the Kein Hu Haminag Hapashut, Mibi Yosena. That is the proper minig in our lands. V'tam the Chachamim He's Hiru Otanu Tamid Shetami Tikach Es Haderech Shehu Yamin. Joes go to the right. Shalach B'Mikdash. That's what he turned in the Mikdash. Sheesh Yamin Usmol L'Fanecha. When you have the case of turning to the right or the left in front of you. Tivach Elecha Yamin. You should pick the right. The min shalach, your right. Ve'ein holik ve'ein iter le'eno iter. And you don't change. What's itar option? It says ain't chiluk bein iter la'eno iter.
Right, there's no difference between a left-handed person and a right-handed person.
Ah, okay.
They all,
Okay.
they all,
Everybody
in
tur-
this case,
everybody
they
turns
all
to the
turn
right.
to the right of the world, right? The true
Okay.
right.
Okay. V'ata aseder b'kitsara, seder hananos kafi ma shenogu b'mirosenu. And we order the,
Right, and the Seder and Inuim Rachos, so it says here, right, that's going to be the Ata, he's going to give a brief um, guide to the way of doing the Inani
okay, as we
according to
practice
the
in our
minhag
country.
in our region.
Okay. Seder hananuim leruchos yehazer panov lemizrach. You face towards the east. V'sadehu shel lulav litzad panov v'yasa gimel holos the mizrach v'shos havos. Okay, so you're facing the east, and you start off by giving three. You send it out 3 times, and you bring it back 3 times. V'hainu shlomecha yado shel lulav, and this v'hainu shemolech yado im halulav mikenegdo v'ala gimel palmim. The nachon is correct. Shigam yikaskes ba'elyon b'shas holchen v'hevi v'shas hevi yikravu harbe al gufo keneged hachazeh. Okay, and it's proper that you should wave the top of the lulav, or shake the top of the lulav the time you're moving it in and out, and when the time you bring it in, you should be very close to your body. Neged hachozeh.
The chest.
Neged the chest. Achachakita rosh halulav l'darim, and then you should turn the head of the lulav to the south. V'yasen gamkein gimel palmim. V'holach heavy hakol the mizrach. You do it in the south the same way you did it into the east. Aval ein tzarich l'hafach panav lehatzad shemaninu, but you don't have to turn your face to the way you're shaking it. Rock yita rosh halulav, just turn the head of the lulav there. Letzad shemenaneh, that you're waving it. Became letzad amarev yita rosh halulav al kaspo al molech umevi, and similarly when you move to the west, you put the lulav on your shoulder, the molech umevi gimel palmim, and wave it in and out 3 times. Akachak letzad its phone, and therefore you should do it to the north, molech umevi gimel palmim, v'akavak l'mal v'akar kamaka, and then you l'mala v'akar kamata. Then you wave it 3 times up and 3 times down. Hakol molech umevi gimel palmim kamo b'mizrach, and every time you do it 3 times each direction as you did it to the east.
Israel. Okay. Okay. Havalim Surah.
Oops, done this one.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yud Aleph.
Yeah.
Tzarech lechiber haluluv le'ephod. You should hold the lulav Berura b'shneihem yachid. You should wear them both together. The kol nuim enom ma'akvin be'ezeh derech shenana yatsa b'diavad. Okay. The nanum aren't ma'akiv one each other, and b'diavad, you could, however you wave it, is good. Tzarech lachiber ha'esrog, you have to attach the esrog to the lulav. The af, the inyano Imahem Ba'aguda, even if they're not tied together, I'll call Panim Sark Lios Mechuba Imo. According to everybody, they have to be attached to each other. What's the Ramah saying here?
That the
What Chafetz Chaim saying here?
he's saying that the has to be touch, he doesn't use the word touching. Why did Mechaber use Lashon Mechuber? Mechuber usually means it's connected, right?
Right.
And here it just means that it's simply touching it. It doesn't have to be wrapped in the binding of the other three species.
Okay, so I'm still not quite sure I understand what Mr. Brewer is saying. That even if they're not tied together, it's still, everybody says it's okay.
Right. I mean, after Enoi Mohem is good, even though that the Yesro is not in the bound combination of the lulav hadassim and aravas. It has to be literally attached to them, but attached doesn't mean it has to be touching them. So when you're doing the enuim, you have to hold the lulav and the hadassim and the aravas next to the yesrog that they're all touching together. Not enough to hold two separate hands. You have to have the yesrog there actually touching the other three species.
Okay. I think it's time.
Okay, very good. You're all right. Okay, so that brings us to Yotzi B'Di'evid. Yotzi B'Di'evid. That's the last point in the law. Yotzi B'Di'evid. Okay.
Oh, Yotzi B'Di'evid.
Yeah.
Okay. Yotzi B'Di'evid, no matter how you do it, off the im learning a cloud, even if you don't wave it at all. Gamkin Yotza the Hananim Enam Ma'akfin the new. The waving is not required. The Advehi, the Esrog Nafik, the Mekomakum Sham Shem Tov Lachad the Venena Mashain came Bezeh.
Right.
So where do you say it?
The Neanumi are not miatvim, the echo nafik. It's simply enough when you pick up the esrog. Meaning when you pick them up, you yotzi your mitzvah when you picked up the.
Pick them up. Everything else is more or less for the mitzvah.
Shem tov sham. I don't know what the sham. I don't know if the shame the sham. We call them sham. Shem tov like surely too. And then avukak was it. Still, nevertheless, it's still good. Go back and take them again and do the nenuim after you've originally made the bracha on the Daled meeting. Okay. Continue
Very
on
good.
to Mitzvah Shem. Thank you. Very good, Laser Tzvi. Thank you, Lou. Thank you, Mayor. Hope to see you all tomorrow.
Thank you, Rabbi. Have a good day.
You too. Have a good day, Lou.